What is up, everybody? It's Sean Weckel with Relo at eXp Realty coming at you with our December 2023 Bend market update. Hard to believe we're already at the end of the year here, but 2024 only a few weeks away. It's gonna be super interesting to see where the market goes as we move into the new year. So let's dive right into it. We've got our numbers here from November 2023 in Bend. Right now, median home price, we're looking at $730K. That's essentially unchanged from the month of October. Month of October, I believe, was 735, down about 0.68%. So we're holding strong there in terms of median home price. Total closings, 114 here for the city of Bend in the month of November. If that sounds like a low number, it's because it is a low number. Again, very frozen market right now. Not a lot of transactions happening relative to the size of the region. That's down about 6.14% from an October that was also relatively slow. Median days on the market, 31 days. That's up 45%. It makes total sense when you're looking at those total closings that homes are sitting longer, and that number shows right there. And then 2 months of total inventory, so 0% change. We've been stuck on this 2 number here in terms of months of inventory for 4 or 5 months. That's also why the median home price is not dropping very much despite the low number of closings and the longer average time on market. Again, with the decreased inventory sticking steady, we're not seeing prices go down too much just because there's still not a ton to choose for. So any demand that does occur, the supply is still relatively low. As we move forward here into 2023 national existing home sales. So these numbers cover home sales in the millions nationally since 2005. I'm going to fast forward all the way up to the last few years here. As you can see, we crept up all the way into those pandemic years where we're at 5 to 6 million home sales here per year. As we move forward to 2022, 2023, a steady decline, again, in large part due to those high interest rates that we're all aware of. But in 2023, we're looking at about 4.3 million relative to the 6.1 we had in 2021. Now, predictions for the market in 2024. If we average out the NAR, MBA, and Fannie Mae's prediction for home sales, again, in the millions for 2024, we're looking at 5.1 million as far as the predicted number goes with the average of those 3 organizations. As we look back, again, 2023 was 4.3 million. The prediction for 2024, 5.1. So we are looking at increased market activity relative to the previous year and for things to heat up a bit. And that's in large part due to those interest rates coming down. As we move forward to new listings, here, month over month change in the month of November each and every year dating back to 2017. You can see the year 2023 was a little bit out of the norm. So we are actually above the norm in new listings here, 17,366, when we usually see a relatively sharp decline in listings for the month of November. Again, that kind of highlights this funky market. Again, we got a lot of stare-offs, I guess you could call it, going on between buyers and sellers. There is demand, it's just pent up. A lot of first-time home buyers are sitting on the sidelines, and a lot of sellers are waiting to sell until the interest rates drop because they simply don't want to trade a lower rate mortgage they have now for a new home and a new mortgage where that rate's astronomically higher. So everyone's kind of sitting, holding tight, and we're thinking that's why, again, there's some funky numbers here relative to previous years. Just, again, a very, very kind of awkward market as we move forward into the new year. We are expecting that to change. So one big reason for that change, and it's what we've already talked about already, is interest rates are creeping down. Towards the end of October, we saw a high point of around 8%. Right now, I checked this morning, we're down actually even lower than the 7.1 number. We're really close to that 7% flat. Over the coming weeks, we may even see those interest rates creep below 7%. Great news for those first-time home buyers and even sellers, right? Because as buyers enter the market, homes are going to be more appealing. Those homes are going to sell faster. And then those sellers also have that ability to get a little bit of a lower rate to make that sale a little bit more of a logical move. As we move forward here to the bottom line for the market in 2024, just touched on it, falling interest rates. So as we go through the year 2024, we're expecting 6 to 7%, around that in ballpark as far as an average for interest rates, heading kind of in that downward trend as we go throughout the 2024 year, and then maybe even getting below that 6% number as we head into early 2025. Pent up buyer and seller demand, again, that's due to the high interest rates that have existed. It's stalled both sides of the table here. We're expecting and more demand to come into the market here, particularly from buyers first, as we see those interest rates drop and head into the busier season of spring. Increased options and better affordability. So especially initially in the short term, and this is where if you're a buyer, I really highly recommend paying attention, is that as those rates drop, initially you're going to see more sellers, especially with the time of year, being willing to list and put their properties on the market. That will give us slightly increased inventory and give you as a buyer increased options, right? And then better affordability, right? That supply goes up, and as that supply goes up, prior to all those buyers really getting off the sidelines, it's likely going to mean better affordability. So one caveat with these two things is if rates drop far enough and we get enough buyers inserted into the market, this particularly goes for hot properties, we're going to see demand increase faster than the supply does, which again, economically, we know that means that prices are going to stick the same and then eventually start to creep back up. So I just want you to be aware of that in the short term, likely increased options, better affordability. But as we move forward into the year and those rates drop further and further, it's likely demand is going to outpace supply again, and we're going to see prices just go up a little bit more, especially in our region here in Central Oregon. So if you have any questions, concerns here about the market, about what you should do over the next few years, please don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I are always happy to be a consultative voice. In the meantime, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful December. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. We'll be right back here in another month going over the numbers for December with our January, I'm going to say a 2024 hard to believe update as we move forward. So I appreciate your time. Have a great month, and we'll see you here in 30 days or so.